We come down remote year because something in our lives was too quiet or too in a box or something. And then suddenly you come here and it's like, oh my God! I chose to do remote year mostly because I wanted to travel and write. First off, let me just share that within Curie, so we're 33 of us, and I'm the only Asian American girl. Maybe that sounds scary to other people, to be like a standout or to not be able to fit in with the majority, but if traveling is important to you, like, do it. On the note about other women of color, I didn't consciously be aware of it, but you're right, like on Slack and stuff, like being introduced to the remote year world, I didn't see many people of color or people, even specifically even Asian or Asian women, which is reflective of America.
But I do think it aspires to be more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I think it international, like you were saying. Yeah.
And I think it also combats some of the concerns people raise about this American company, group of like rich, mostly white people, hopping to like different countries that are primarily made up of people of color. I think it's in everyone's best interest to broaden the scope in terms of one, places we go, and also the types of people who make up the communities too. We also almost thought about leaving remote year.
Yeah, so I truly considered leaving remote year after the first month because I was just so overwhelmed and I was going to execute it in the second month. So I almost actually just like came into remote year with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Most of it was fear of actually allowing myself to enjoy travel and be. And then also because I had this relationship that I wanted to see grow. And then my penchant for security and comfort made me really just think like, okay, this 3 months of remote year is enough for me. But it was because I showed up with resistance already, right? This is too fast paced. This is too many people. This is not what I expected. I was putting myself in a negative space where, like, after processing with a lot of friends, you know, I did make the choice to like stay and travel for the rest of the year because it's like in the beginning, like the first question, I wanted to travel.
And what's so interesting is that you have now become like one of the leaders in our community. Like, you are regularly posting things, putting things on, and it's a lot of it is focused on helping us further explore ourselves. Can you talk about that shift towards taking up the space in the community?
I really like how you phrased that, take up space. That is definitely a huge growth area for who I am. Once I realized remote year is important to me and travel is important to me, my passions are always about growth and growing spiritually. I made the decisions to show up in that way. So I've done the fireside chat, which was very intimate for all of us, like sharing our fears, sharing what we want for the rest of the year. Every month I host the Raw Pa events, which is very intimate storytelling. We've gotten lots of feedback from people on the outside who participate, seeing that, oh, this is why Curie must be so close.
We're in Santiago now. For everyone who stayed with the itinerary, they were in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. You chose to opt out and go to Bali. What did you think it was going to be like?
I thought Bali would be what the Eat, Pray, Love presents it as. It's like spiritual place where you can go and be within yourself and zen out. I understand Indonesia, Bali to be a place where people are very in tune with that part of self-discovery. What it ended up being more of is a very catered to tourists and Westerners. And to me, that was so disheartening because when I travel, I want to see another place's culture. But instead, it was like being transplanted from LA, just in a different location on the earth. So the only like true Balinese thing I think I did was like watch this fire dance. So that's like out of 3 weeks there, like one event.
that's saying something.
Yeah. Oh, and when we were in Ubud, one of the taxi drivers was like, "You guys come here to do yoga?" Yeah. Yeah, you tourists, 90% of you do yoga. We Balinese, no yoga.
That was the final month out of 4 months in Asia. So I'd really be curious to hear what you as an Asian American, like what your experience was traveling in Asia and then traveling in Asia with a bunch of largely white people.
Getting into Hanoi in February, it was like so comfortable because my parents both were born and raised in Cambodia and then came to America. And then going to Thailand, I realized there was even more similarities. Kyoto, the Japanese thought I was one of them, so I had to quickly learn how to say I don't speak Japanese.
Right away.
Yes.
What did you think of the way our other remotes handled it?
I thought it was really interesting because there's like a novelty to them. There was of course like the complaints of the hardship for how like I guess, grungy, for lack of a better descriptor of like how Hanoi and
gritty.
Chiang Mai were. Yeah, gritty.
I liked it. What would your advice be to folks, either Asian American folks, Asian American women, and then just kind of folks more broadly who are thinking about remote year?
On the Asian American note, I think definitely don't be scared to just be such a minority within remote year. Luckily for me, I think I've been previously in situations where I'm not the majority. Talk to a lot of people. There's a lot of different experiences you can have, and just own who you are, because you add to the flavor of every group and understand why you want to do it. Because if you're just here to travel, there are so many other ways to travel. The added layer with remote year is the amount of travel, the people you travel with, this whole big community of remote year nation you're becoming a part of, because we have the citizens living with us that we interact with. Definitely know that challenges are a part of it. Don't think it's going to be some rose-colored stuff that you see on all of our Instagram stories. Know that there will be challenges. You're going to have to go through them if you want to be your best self.